Hey, this is Mike.
Hey, this is Kaz, and you are listening to Two Broke Watch Snobs. You have made it all the way to episode 286. Michael, hello. Hello.
There
Hello,
was
Michael.
there was energy behind that. Hey, I felt it. I saw it in the peak. The audio is gonna be good.
That's what the people need to hear. I mean, it'll be dumb. I've listened to some podcasts where it's like, hey, this is Kaz. You've made it to I'm gonna kill myself hour. It's Sunday. I watered my houseplant and I had a thimble of lemon water.
Have you ever heard those podcasts that are like that, but they also have there's constantly this really low music playing in the back and sound effects and transitions and stuff. I think that was popular early on in the early days. I can't stand it.
I don't even know it's popular anymore, dude. It's too funny. But this is going to be a ton of fun. Obviously, we missed, I think, the week before or last week or whatever. It was July 4th over here.
Hey, it wasn't our fault. It wasn't our fault.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. So it's complicated.
Technology.
So before July 4th, we record through the Riverside platform. We have a pro account or whatever the fuck for Riverside. And I would like to formally rescind Riverside's offer of sponsoring this show. We return your offer to sponsor the show only because your software failed us on that particular day. As a clarifying note, as TBWS legal counsel, I have to be transparent. They have never offered to sponsor us. I was doing that in the spirit of the joke.
Yeah.
Of my joke.
We're in the clear.
We're clear. This is gonna be a ton of fun. Obviously, we're excited to talk about a topic that. So we're doing a challenge episode. If you listen to episode 285 of the Two Broke Watch podcast, you should go listen to it if you haven't. Michael talked about his experience over in Iceland, and we sort of revisited this notion of a travel watch again. I think it's so fascinating just hearing how, if nothing else, this show, Michael, is creating a catalog repository of just. It's like these are our memoirs. These are the closest things I think you and I will ever have to memoirs, because it's so funny hearing how our opinions changed and hearing us talk about certain things in our life, and then like just think about what we stressed out about 5 years ago. The show we've been doing the show since 2016, so it's been like 9 years, I think, right now. Almost 9 years. It'll be 9 years, I guess, in September or something. I'm bad at math. Just think about what used to stress us out. That was fucking child's play back then.
That's terrifying. This makes me want to go, I don't know, journal properly or something. It'd be kind of hilarious if the only remnants of our existence, I don't know, hundreds of years from now on some Google server are these podcast videos.
Yeah, let's say in this scenario we somehow do find hundreds of years down the road, we do find somehow the inadvertent ability to, not we, I mean collective, the royal collectively, we destroy our own Earth somehow. Maybe we take the tags off our couches, or maybe we mix WD-40 and dish soap. I'm not entirely sure. I know there's some sort of household chemicals you're not supposed to put together because they make like mustard gas or something. I can't remember what it is. Don't correct me. I don't want that on air.
Yep.
I saw your face. Like, don't correct me. I don't want that on air. This is a family show. Somehow, 100 years down the line, we're going to destroy Earth. And then we're going to fling all of our fucking shit and debris into space. And one of them will probably be some Google server, or, I don't know, an AWS server, wherever the fuck Riverside and SoundCloud and shit like that keeps their shit. And it's going to end up on, like, Omicron Persei 5 or whatever the fuck alien planet, and they're gonna find signs of human life, or signs of living like organisms elsewhere. And it's gonna be our show, and they're gonna plug it in,
and they'll learn about the SKX007 somewhere in a far off place.
What is this SKX007, and why do these two nerds speak so highly of it? It's gonna be cool. We're doing a challenge episode, and the challenge is the one watch collection for under $200. Now, if you're not familiar with the challenge episode, this is Michael and I's bread and butter here at the Two Broke Watch Snobs podcast. The idea is some kind of watch or a series of watches with some kind of constraint, either a design constraint or most likely it's a financial constraint. So the idea here is a one watch collection for under $200. Now, by what we mean by one watch collection, and we're gonna talk very existentially about this concept, because I think this is one of these looming specters above most watch collectors at some point in their watch collecting journey. The one watch collection is this idea that you maybe have spent years, well, I guess there's two scenarios possibly. You spent years collecting watches. And so maybe at the height of it, you had somewhere in the double digits or triple digits. We know some of you out there have triple digits worth of watches. You know who you are. You know who you people are.
Mind blown.
And I know, right? And then you have some kind of, road to Damascus moment where you're just like, you know what? The scales fall from your eyes. I don't need all this stuff. I just need one watch. I'm gonna purge everything, get one watch. Now, sometimes people interpret that as you pursuing your exit watch, which is usually something crazy expensive. Like, I'm gonna sell all my shit and buy an FP Journe, and then when my husband or wife leaves me, I can just live in my car with my FP Journe. Like sometimes that happens. You kind of go all in on something expensive. But every now and then you hear stories about people who are like, yeah, I wear my SKX, or like, oh yeah, I'm totally happy with my Eco Drive or something like that. So that's I think the idea in regards to like the watch collecting journey, the idea of the one watch collection. You collect a bunch of things. You find that true happiness does not exist in excess, but in being content, and you just wear one watch. And then I guess is the other version of the one watch collection, which is the non-watch nerd version. It's just someone who just buys a watch once, and that's the watch.
And those people don't listen to this show.
Yeah, so fuck you guys. You guys don't even listen to this fucking show. All right. If you do, welcome. I'm sorry I cursed you out.
Yeah, and this is interesting because we usually, I think in the past we've done these challenges where we'll try to build a collection. We've talked about the one watch concept before. And in your pitch for this, I even got a little confused. I was like, okay, we're going to do a collection for 200. No, this could be the whole one watch collection thing for 200 or less.
One watch.
Which is tough. It's tough if you want to move away from the usual suspects, and I think it's tough just modern era watch collecting with the pricing and how that's changed. We can talk about that a little bit.
Yes.
But I like what I picked. I think I have experience with at least one of these. There's another watch that I just did not know existed, and when I saw it, it kind of blew me away. I'm really curious about it now.
Cool.
So some fun options. I'm looking forward to it.
Heck yeah, that's going to be a ton of fun. Well, let's do this. Do you want to? Should we honor tradition for the 286th time? Do you want to do a wrist check? I think we both have fun new things to talk about.
Okay, so who goes first?
I don't know. So I'll preface mine. My wrist check is something returning to the fold. The fold.
Yeah.
One of my Orological Particle songs has returned home. So that has happened. So that's my wrist check. But you got something new.
Yeah, I'm gonna go first.
You go first. I like yours. I already know what you got. I like yours. This is a good moment.
I'm gonna try sharing, and I need to remember not to hit the stop record button. So just saying that out loud right now. So can you see this?
Fantastic. It finally happened.
This is the Halios Seaforth. It finally came in. I just wanted to share the page first because there was a release for these last year at some point. Just came in this month. And it's the pastel blue with the sapphire 12-hour bezel. He's got like a nice little configuration tool here, but with the titanium case and titanium bracelet.
Your first titanium watch.
It looks like this right here.
I love it.
Stop sharing. Stop sharing is up here. I almost did it again. So yeah, it's
shortest episode in history. It looks great on you.
It's right there, 41 millimeters. Solita SW 200 movement, I think.
Probably.
Yep. And gosh, it is perfect. I texted you when it came in, and I think I just told you, dude, I think I can cry because it's just so good.
So for folks who don't know who Halios is, maybe a quick rundown.
Yeah, Halios is run by Jason up in Vancouver. He's one of the very early OG small brand types that are still out there alongside Raven and Gavox, folks like that. And the Seaforth came out a few years back. We even have an article on our website about a previous generation version. And that is the watch that I think transformed the micro brand space. He was hilariously part of an episode that we did about watches that are overrated. I don't know if you remember. and we kind of lovingly brought up
I do remember.
We lovingly brought up the Seaforth because we were like, man, it's good, but people are losing their minds over this watch. And funny enough, I've never had a Seaforth. I've had a Fairwind, which was a great watch, just not for me day to day. And I had a Universa, which I really enjoyed and I got rid of because the dial color was not like, it was that Huckberry limited edition one, which is a deep green dial. And I just found that day to day, I don't know if I'm a green dial guy. So that's
my job.
Yeah. This is the first time I have any kind of experience with the Seaforth, and it is damn. It is good. And also, I could be wrong, but I think this run is the first time that you're able to get it with a bracelet from Halios.
Oh wow!
People can correct me if I'm wrong, but I know when the Seaforth was out, a big part of the fun was finding an aftermarket bracelet that could work for it, or straps and things like that. So 770, no, they start at 775. 940 if you go titanium case and bracelet. This comes also with 2 rubber straps. So you're 2
of the same straps, or
you get one that's black, and I got one in pastel, the blue that matches the dial color, which was
interesting.
Which was really sweet. I wasn't expecting that. That was that was a real surprise and delight moment as a customer. And I'm just so stoked to finally have this. The one of the best parts is this expanding clasp. You can just
you were talking about that, yeah.
You push down on this Halios logo thing, and you can just expand and contract as you want to. And
that's cool.
It's been hot lately, but this bracelet does not bug me because I can kind of adjust it throughout the day.
Just press it. Yep.
And there's just such a feeling of satisfaction to put this in the watch box next to something like the Doxa, and to see that pastel blue.
Oh wow, those would be so great next to each other. Yeah,
that just summer, man. Summer feels great. And also it's a big, it's not a big step for me, but I'm usually like a black dial, white dial guy, if anything.
Yeah.
I don't, I have the Doxa. It kind of opens up my eyes to the potential behind achieving some dial color variation in a collection. I kind of get the fun when I see this in the watch box, and it makes me want to mess with other stuff like white dials, green dials, things like that.
Let's not get crazy now.
Yeah. No.
You have usually been either a dark dial guy or some sort of utility dial, which is where I think the Doxa probably fits in, because it's this like dive. This is like vintage dive orange color, but it serves the function and utility of the story of the watch. So yeah, that's cool though. But that Halios, that's beautiful. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, and I think when we posted about that episode a while back, Jason like liked or commented about the Halios.
No, the owner of Halios, when we said that the Seaforth was overhyped, he said agree. I remember he commented on Instagram and he said, I agree.
Dude, the poor guy's got to work. And you can tell I think a lot of people get upset about the ordering process. He's always had to try to find the right way to do it, whether it's a lottery system or a long running pre-order like this was, or just throwing it up on the site. I think he even had issues with people trying to use bots to buy them out. So he's run into a ton of challenges with the releases, but it takes a while. But I was so pleased by the support and the updates I got between now and late last September, that it just made it such a pleasure to wait, if that makes sense. Like,
that makes sense.
I'd get an email and he'd be like, we're working on bracelets. We're trying to get this from this supplier. This is going to take a little bit longer. And in my head, I'm like, dude, do your thing. Thanks for the update.
Because cool. You also know like the history of the brand in regard to him. Like he's one of these folks who will be a stickler for details, and if he's not happy with something, it won't ship. He is, in all sense of the word, what I would call a perfectionist, which is great for his product. Not always great if you're just one of these guys who's just like, God, I just want my fucking watch. You know what I mean? Like, it's so there, and there's a history of that happening. Also, I do think, and I'm trying to remember, I'm pretty sure that one of the Seaforth releases was one of the first times Hodinkee ever featured a micro brand.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's true.
That blew up, dude. That was one of the orders where like his site went fucking down because everyone was trying to like 28 days later break into his house and get a watch.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. And I think the pastel blue, if you look at his branding and everything and the history of what he's released, I thought it was just signature Halios to go for the pastel blue. Yeah. I love the sapphire 12-hour bezel. So I get the dual time, elapsed time if I want to do a little bit of math. But it's just so good, man. It's been tough to take off. Yeah, I dig it. And I think he's probably one of the few people I can count on one hand, people in the watch industry or watch brand owners that I'd actually enjoy being in a room with. Makes sense.
We haven't talked to him in a bit, but every other time we've ever interacted with him, he's just real. He's a real person. Yeah. Seems nice, you know.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's I think that's a big part when it comes to supporting smaller brands and getting products. You buy into the person as well.
100%, because we've spoken with brand folk and we've met some folk in person, and like you can tell they're in like, I'm building my brand mode. It's just like, dude, I've just been on a plane for 12 hours. I don't give a fuck. I just want to can we just talk? Can we just cuddle? You know what I mean? It's just like I just don't want to do I just don't want to do the thing. I don't want to do I talk about our thing and you talk about you. So it's just, I mean, yeah, I like that. Kind of on one hand, the folks you'd be okay with just being in a room with.
Yeah, I totally get it now. We're talking about, some kind of time capsule of our opinions. And I want to listen. I want to listen back to what I said about the C4. That was probably like, yeah, it's a cool watch. People were going crazy over it, dude. It's no joke, man. And this Series 4 is just fantastic. I love it.
I'm glad you dig it. I'm glad it was worth the wait. I'm very happy for you to have your first titanium watch. I'm a huge fan of titanium. We've talked about that a bunch. But what you mentioned is interesting about what's up?
I was just thinking, I put the Speedmaster on yesterday and it felt like a brick on my wrist.
That's the problem. That's the problem with the titanium watches. As soon as you put something else on, I'm just like, ugh, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
If I wear my Grand Seiko 9 of quartz for too long, and then I put on something like my Manta Triumph, which is a tiny watch, it feels gigantic. It's just like, oh, what am I gonna do with all this metal? It's just like, just give it a day. But you mentioned with your Seaforth in titanium, it still feels pretty substantial. It's so 41 millimeter diameter, so it still feels like it has good wrist presence. It doesn't feel tiny.
Yeah, because titanium is still very new to me. I think I expected to take it out of the box and feel like I was holding a snowflake or something, or your Grand Seiko,
which is what happened the first time I held a snowflake. I'm like, oh, where's the rest of it? Is it like it's so light?
Yeah. So it's still, and this is not. I mean, it's trending now to look at watches like the Black Bay 54, and try to nail down the neo vintage thing, the whole sub 40, even 36 millimeter dive. This is not a retro diver kind of thing. It's size wise, it's let's see, 41 millimeters in diameter. Lug to lug is 46.5. Lug width is 20 millimeters. Thickness, including crystal, is 12.4. So
that's
it's
very wearable.
Yeah,
that's so interesting.
Modern proportions. This is not. I don't feel like this is an attempt to do some kind of neo vintage dive watch or vintage inspired dive watch. It's thoroughly very modern, and I really dig that, because so many of my I think a ton of watches like the Doxa are, period correct, like the exact sizes, 1-to-1 recreation, and I'm really drawn to that a lot of times because you get the vintage look without the hassle of vintage. But this is it's for me it's a pretty, it's not unwearable, but it's hefty. Yeah.
So the titanium probably balances out. I imagine if it was stainless steel, it might be hard to have it be as wearable.
I'm glad I got titanium. It's
hell yeah,
so
same.
Cool. Yeah.
And Jason from Halios, if you're listening, which I know you're not because no one listens to the show, is the Delphin ever going to come back? Do you remember the Delphin, dude?
Which one was that? I know the name.
Google it. It's super cool. It has these cool markers. Has like these aggressive like bezel teeth. I always thought that was a fun watch.
Oh,
this is all pre Seaforth stuff. Like
I remember this one.
There was, I think, the Puck as well. I think it was the Puck.
You see a lot of Halios watches, older ones for sale on eBay. You see the Puck a lot. I have never seen a Delphin. Yeah, I'm looking at this PVD. That was 43.5 millimeters, 49 lug to lug.
It's a big watch, but it just looked so cool.
Yeah, I remember this one. Damn, that's cool.
Is it ever going to come back?
I don't know. I know he's working on a Universa. He's probably just trying to keep things simple, man. Few models.
I mean, it's the smart thing. The smart thing is to make shit people are going to beat your door down to buy.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah,
but if for some reason you slip and hit your head and decide to have a bad idea one day, maybe we can get another Delphin run. I'm just saying.
So you're kind of, what do you got? I'm ready for the surprise. I'm eager. Oh my gosh.
Welcome back to the fold, the Orient Star GMT WZ0071 DJ. My Orient Star GMT.
What a journey.
What a journey. Huge shout out and thank you to Robbie, TBWS, just a VIP at this point, extraordinaire, for being the latest century and herald to this watch. And thank you to Just Watches, Jason, for connecting Robbie and I. Jason helped me track down where the fuck this watch was, because it's been a few places. Some places good, some not good. That's fine. I think that's fine. Yeah. But it's back. It's back. And like, so this is really fun. This is a large watch as well. This is 41 millimeters. It's a little bit on the thicker side. I think it's a little over 13 millimeters, but wearing it, this watch is great. Like, this is one of those things. Yeah. This is one of those things where you're just like, yeah, that's my watch. So for folks who are not aware, this is part of the Orient Star line. Now there's a little bit of a specific milestone in Orient Star production that you have to take into account anytime you talk about Orient Stars. It is Orient Star pre-complete Epson takeover and then Orient Star post-Epson takeover. So this is a pre-Epson Orient Star model, which means it's not part of this sort of newer generation of Orient Star and Orient pieces that you're getting. So Epson took over Orient Star and Orient in total fashion, and began to reissue different types of like new movement iterations, new design direction, and everything like that. And then over the course of that, they've also been releasing new upgraded movements for fun complications that Orient Star has been known to do and everything like that. For some reason, to date, they have not done a reissue of the GMT. I do not know why. I do not know. It is very annoying. This is I had to write it down because I forgot. This is the Orient Star Caliber 40P53. I love this watch. I have it set, Michael, to your time zone. You know, for a long time, this watch was compared to just like I don't know if you can see it here in this fucking image, but the dial was compared a lot to like some Aquaterras because you got this sort of like pinstripe movement happening. It's a really interesting cobalt blue that has a lot of fun accents when light hits it in certain angles. This is also, and I think Just Watches, go check out Just Watches' YouTube channel. I think Just Watches called this out in his review as well. This is the best anti-reflective coating I have ever seen.
Really?
It looks like there's nothing there.
Just no crystal.
You have to like bust your ass to get this crystal to reflect. I don't understand how it works. You know what I mean?
Orient Star was in the news recently.
Good news or bad news?
Well, and I meant to ask you because you know more about them than I do, but they came out with a watch recently called the M34 F8 Date. And I think it's a limited edition. I'm not sure how many pieces, but the price, there is a kind of greenish dial and a black dial that looks like you're flying through hyperspace. The black one is $3,250.
Huh.
Is this the first time they play around in that price bracket? Because I know Orient Star is, you know, whatever. It's higher end Orient, but
there have been some like skeleton versions, like really random skeleton models they've had that have been pretty expensive. I think this is because I'm looking at one right now. It has a very similar, almost treated like paper dial texture to some Grand Seikos. I think this is them trying to do like, or kind of like the Citizen One, like washi paper dials. You know what I'm talking about? Those high accuracy quartz movements. I think this is their version of trying to do something like that. It is a beautiful watch, but no, like if you ever spent this much on an Orient Star, like Mr. Orient Star himself would have to take like a sky bullet train from Japan to wherever the fuck you live, which is whoever. I don't know where anyone lives, to like give this to you, kiss you on the mouth, and then like stay to make you dinner or whatever, because like that's a lot of money to spend for an Orient Star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I spent $1,000. I spent just under $1,000 on this Orient Star when I bought it in like 2017. That was an insane amount of money to pay for an Orient Star back then. You know, I'm glad I did though, because you can't find these things anymore unless you're a crazy idiot like me that sold it and then had to go on like a John Wick style game of phone tag to figure out who the fuck had your watch.
I've thought about doing that with some watches. I have thought about it.
Yeah, huge shout out to Just Watches for helping me facilitate that, and huge shout out again to Robbie, TBWS VIP extraordinaire, for taking. I expected this thing to come back as if it were like chewed up in like the wheel well of a semi. Like I expect this thing to look like absolute dog shit by the time it got back. It looks fine.
It's good. Nice.
It looks fucking perfect. It's funny. I think when he sent me the watch, he's like, oh, it looks like it might have gotten some scuffs on the bracelet. I'm like, no, those are for me. I didn't say that to him, but I'm like, no, those are mine. I 100,000% know that I put those on there. Thank you.
Oh boy.
Thank you for telling me they're there. But I believe somewhere along the line, I lost the box. Somewhere during the changing of hands, the box is gone. Not like it's a big deal or whatever, but like, you know.
Do Orient Stars come with much, or is it kind of just like Seiko where you get a pillow and a cardboard box?
It's a bigger than normal box. It's not like one of those like white Seiko boxes you get. You know what I mean? It's a bigger than normal box. It wasn't anything special. The Grand Seiko box was nuts. Although if we're talking boxes, I just want to say, nothing beats the Manta box.
I saw
my Triumph came in. Like, oh my god, dude, it's a beautiful box, and I got like compartments and shit in there, and it's one of the first watch boxes I actually put on display in my office.
Yeah,
I put it on display. I didn't shove it in my closet with like a bunch of speakers from 1985 that I'm afraid to throw out. Like, I put this shit on display, man.
It's a good box. I think Omega did their ridiculous Speedmaster box, and then everybody saw them get made fun of. So every other brand's just like, okay, a little less than that. Let's not go there. Let's make it nice.
Man, you got to get the Speedmaster. You got to get the humidor with the challenge coin. And I think there's like a neti pot in there as well. I'm not entirely sure, but there's a lot of shit in that box. It's a huge box.
Yeah, the new one is
an Omega neti pot. This is the same neti pot that the astronauts use when they're congested in space.
Yeah, people would buy it. That's for sure. I might be one of those people.
This is the NASA external catheter. It's got a Snoopy on it because he's the NASA symbol of safety.
You probably can find catheters in some weird collectible. Like, I don't know. eBay has surprised me before.
The dark corners, not the dark corners, not dark. It's a catheter. It's fine. It depends. If you need a catheter, that's great. That's fine. More power.
Now I'm searching astronaut catheter. 1 second.
Yes, it begins. But no, that's what I'm wearing. I'm wearing my Orient Star GMT, lovingly so. This is one of two watches that have returned. Now, Michael, you are now aware of both of them. Don't say the other one because no one else in radio, wherever the fuck, podcast, no one else in podcast land knows except one other person. So, but no, I'm very happy to have this back. It's oh god, Michael just sent me an eBay link. Is it catheters?
It's a NASA Apollo era UCD urine collection device for $5,400.
Can we talk about how fucking much that is? Well, hold on. Is this thing used? It's like, what's this? Oh no, that's just, I guess the plastic's just discolored.
Yeah.
How do you find this?
I just
Wait, no, not you. I know how you found it. How'd the person selling it find it?
I don't know. Pull it up. Share it with the family. It's kind of gross.
I don't want this on here, man. It's very clear what it is.
It is. It looks like a torn up pair of tidy whities with a
brown discolored condom hot glued to the front.
Yeah, kind of cool. For $5,400.
Subscribe to Two Broke Watch Snobs. Yeah, so you could buy Rolex Explorer.
Yeah.
Or you could buy this urine collection device. God damn, dude.
By the way, eBay's telling me that people are checking this out and 7 have added this to their watch list.
Listen, you sick fucks. All right.
In case
go ahead and make some friends. Don't watch list old refuse urine collection devices. God damn it. God dang it. Oh man, that's good. But no, that's what I'm wearing. It's good to have it back. Should I bring it? We're going to see each other soon. Should I bring it? Do you want to see it, or do you want to see? Oh no, I'm bringing the other watch. Mm-hmm. I almost spoiled it. I'm bringing the other watch, and then I'll bring the Triumph. I'll bring the Triumph as well.
Let's keep it to 2 each, because then we'll go crazy and show up with a whole box. So,
Michael, I brought my watches. God damn it, dude.
And we'll sit on the deck as our wives look in disgust, like 2 little boys with their pogs.
We should bring pogs back, man. Remember when stuff was nice when we were younger?
I think about that a lot.
Let's do this. Excellent wrist check. I think in record time. I'm being facetious. That was a very long wrist check.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
This far, I think it's pretty. We've had longer wrist checks. We've had like 50-minute wrist checks before.
Yeah.
If you've made it this long in the show, thank you. Thank you for sticking with us. Huge shout out to the twobrokeWatchSnobs.com website. Go and check it out. Michael's had some fun press pieces that have been published on there. We're going to keep that momentum going. We're working on also a process right now to just get more other like cool reviews and stuff like that up there. I'm sure at some point we're going to be seeing a review of your Halios, right?
Yeah.
I know you're working on another review. I obviously have to do a few reviews on my end as well. So go and check out the site. Super, super cool. There's also ways that if you want to support us, you can do it on the site. You could do the Amazon affiliate link should be on there if you want to do that. And if you want to shop through Joma Shop, we also have a affiliate program partnership with Joma Shop as well. We should order a watch from Joma Shop and like write about the experience. I think we've talked about that before because I think there's still this idea that like, oh, if I buy a watch from Joma Shop, it's gonna be made of graham crackers. Like you're not gonna get a fake watch. Like you still have to be careful with like it's gray market. So I think maybe that's it. Maybe a lot of folks just don't totally get gray market. I think we've done a gray market episode before.
I think I've told you I work with a guy who found out about the website and was like moderately into watches and he saw our site and our Joma Shop list and he's like, "Hey, this looked pretty cool." And I just bought it after visiting your site. It's like, "Damn,
thanks.
It's cool. No issue.
Appreciate it.
It's a real watch. It works. It's beautiful." Yeah, there's stuff on Joma Shop that I definitely like. Actually, they have a lot of cool stuff.
Is it one of those Jacob and Co. like spinning universe watches? Are you going to get that from Joma Shop?
I wonder if I can find an erotic watch on Joma Shop. I think so.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know which brand. I think there's a few.
I think there should be a San Martin erotic watch. I think that's the thing they should do. They should homage next.
That's awesome. I love it. But yeah, no, go check out the site. Joma Shop is fine. It's all good. Let's transition ever so elegantly into the main topic. Michael, why are watches so expensive now? Why are even like our core, you can't go wrong with this watch picks expensive now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I think
back in the day, we would tell people, oh, if you don't want to spend too much money, just get an entry-level Seiko 5. Now even those are expensive.
We need to come up with the equivalent. I don't know the proper economics term for this, but it's a serious thing, like the Costco hot dog economic index, where like if the price ever goes up, then it's really code red.
Something's wrong. Yeah,
we need to pick the watch where if it happens to that watch, we start freaking out. And for a while, it was what was it? It was a Seiko 5 field watch. But those got the SNKs. They got discontinued, and the new ones are just under 300. Still not a bad buy. You get the 4-arm movement, ton of sizes. They look super cool. But yeah, it's not that watch anymore. But if you're someone,
it's not that watch anymore. I think that our index should be based around the price of the Timex Weekender. I feel like the Timex Weekender is still the like affordable watch rock.
Yeah,
just the 3-hand Weekender.
That's fair, because if we see we need to come up with like a breaking Forbes style economics article on our site if the price on a Weekender ever goes up.
If you ever see the Timex Weekender over $100, just a quartz 3-hand Weekender, the orological economy is about to fucking collapse. Okay, yeah. Like that is insane. If
the other one I was thinking about. The other one I was thinking about is the ProMaster EcoDrive diver, the one that you got me. But
those are expensive now.
Yeah, over $214 on Joma Shop for that one.
Still pretty good for what the watch is, but you used to be able to get them for under $200 clean all day,
for sure.
Well, so there's a slight, not cheat, but there's a slight workaround. How much is that? Is your ProMaster on Amazon though? You can sometimes find deals on Amazon.
Let's see, Amazon.com. Okay, thank you. Sometimes it doesn't like my browser. EcoDrive ProMaster diver. I type.
Does it make you do the stupid like widget used as a bus? Yeah, fucking
dude,
hate that shit.
The black tile is on Amazon for $300.
$300? Dude, kiss my fucking grits. That's crazy.
Huh. Times is hard.
Times is fucking whack.
Yeah. Dude, so this was a tough episode to prepare for.
The Ecozilla is close to $500.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Now I have to ask, do you think some of this is tariff impact? Or like tariff, like cushioning, since people don't really know what's going to happen?
I don't know. I know one of the brands that I'm going to talk about, it's a China-based brand, and they were pretty vocal about how like that is not affecting their prices, and they still ship to the US. So I think a lot of that is still in flux, and we're figuring out what that'll look like for the future, like long-term future in the watch industry. But it could be. I'm not sure. I know Amazon for a while was gonna put this little banner under products.
Flag. Yeah. This price might be affected by the tariffs or whatever. I can't remember specifically like the wording, but like the idea was to let people know that this the price of this object is impacted by.
Very
tariffs.
Possible. Very possible.
Huh. Well then, oh, that's so funny. So here's the double-edged sword with Amazon is sometimes you might find it for a good price, but sometimes the price can change. And so one of the watches that I was going to talk about
changed.
Technically just barely qualifies.
Oh man.
It qualifies by 2 cents.
Okay, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. We'll forgive you.
I got 2 whole fucking cents, man. That's funny. So let's do this. I've chosen some watches. I've chosen some watch lines as well, because I think the challenge here is always people are always trying to figure out, hey, what's at least like a trustworthy brand, or like what's a brand that at least I know I'm not going to get something that is a piece of junk. I think what most people don't talk about as I fight with my microphone is that truthfully, most watch brands that you've just heard of are going to be fine.
Yeah.
As long as you not don't take out a fucking loan for a watch. That's interesting. I mean, I know people do it, but if you're just spending like $200, $500, maybe even under $1,000, and if you're just like, oh man, I don't know if this brand Tissot is any good, it's fine. That's actually a fine fucking brand. You know what I mean?
Probably fine. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so, but if it's one of these like random Amazon watches, like, be fine. I'm just gonna type in men's dress watch.
Oh, you're gonna get so much good stuff.
Like if it's this, so there's a wooden watch on here called Tree Hut. There's a watch called Tree Hut for $89. That's probably a piece of shit. There's another watch on here that's called Bobo Bird. That's also probably fucking terrible. There's a watch here called Olevs, which is just a $43 version of like a Submariner. That's probably a hunk of fucking dog shit. Like, but there's also Timex on here. Perfectly fine brand.
Are you seeing the Amazon Essentials men's easy to read?
I did. I just skipped it. That is a $14 watch.
How maybe have we not? We need to review that yesterday,
right? How many Amazon? Let me do Amazon Essential watch.
Because my jeans are Amazon Essentials. They're not bad.
My shorts are, and they're not bad. Amazon Essential watch. Wow, it's just that one watch. Yeah, done. We're going to review it. Hell yeah.
We gotta review that.
So I would say that like if it's a brand you've at least heard of, it's fine. Like I remember when I was first getting into watches, and even after that, like on Reddit or even on Instagram, I'd see people being like, "Oh man, should I get a Timex? Are they any good?" Like, yeah, fucking Timex rocks. Like you're not gonna get like a photocopy of a watch. You're gonna get a fucking watch that is fine for the price, and it's a big company, so in case fucking whatever happens, forbid, like you have a proper customer service team to reach out to and everything like that. Like I'd feel more comfortable buying a $100 Timex than I would like a $400 Kickstarter watch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, so that's one of the things I wanted to share also. As we go through this list, I will be talking about some specific collections in brands, just, you know, as opposed to maybe some specific watches. But how do you want to do this? You don't know what I chose. You might know what I chose. I don't think I know what you chose. You want to go first?
I think I'll go first, and just because one of these brands I think is something that a lot of folks haven't heard of at all. It's definitely just one of those random name brands, but
okay.
I will, just because I've had experience with it, and I've actually had it twice.
Is it Bobo Bird?
It's not Bobo Bird. It's an equally ridiculous name though. So I'll share my screen and tell you about the. Let's try to say this together. Rdunae.
Maybe the R is silent and it's just Rdunae. Maybe the R is silent and the E is silent and it's just Dune.
Well, this Rdunae is this for Rome isn't built in a day, and that's
this is amazing.
That's where they horrible premise behind a brand name, but I'll forgive them. So this, if you're only listening, this is the Rdunae Legendary Diver, they call it. And it is a really, really, really good recreation of the Tornek Rayville Navy dive watches that were kind of built under a specified like Navy contract requirement. The competing brands were Blancpain, Bulova, and then the winner was kind of this dude that imported them under this weird name, Tornek Rayville. And they're these super mysterious military dive watches that are tough to find. And the reason I picked this is because the sizing is just so good. You get an H35 movement, 200 meters of water resistance. Wow. And when I had this watch, I actually had the modern Tornek Rayville alongside of it, which is like close to, I think it's practically $1,000 watch. This with a more advanced generic Seiko movement. This one kept better time, and I have enjoyed this watch every time that I've had it. It's tough to take off. At first, I think they only released it with a mineral crystal, but now you can get it with sapphire. It looks like it's sold out. So they sell out pretty quick. You can get it sterile for that super mysterious mil-spec kind of feel. Love it. And if you're a person that just wants a dive watch that could last forever, Seiko mechanical movement and H35, it's going to do it. This could be a one watch, and the price is $179. Oh, there you go. So if you want the logo, it's out of stock, but the sterile one is on sale right now, $179.
Sterile's almost cooler, man, especially if you're just into the idea of the history. You know what I mean?
I love it when a lot of these, so this is kind of like San Martin. If you go to the website watchdives.com, you see a ton of San Martin, a ton of these different brands that are China based, and they come up with some of the most ridiculous names. I don't know what the process is. I don't blame them, but I do get very happy when there is a sterile dial option, because I don't know about having Rdunae on the dial or whatever that is. But this thing was solid. I think the first one I had, I added it to a trade just to kind of sweeten the deal. And then the other one, when I found out they did sapphire, I got a second one. And after I bid, I just gave it to a friend. So they're sick, man. I would totally recommend this under $200. And if you're just like a sport watch person and you want something maybe a little more interesting than a digital or a G-Shock or whatever, and you want to get into mechanical, this is so good.
Hell yeah. Nice. I forgot about this watch. I love that you were able to do like a side-by-side with the actual Tornek Rayville and be like,
Yeah, and I don't blame I don't blame him for that, but like it could have just been, there's inconsistencies when you get those Seiko movements and you plop them in. I could have just had, a bad batch or whatever, but it would it would lose quite a bit. It was running within the Seiko spec, you know.
If it's in spec, sometimes they'll forgive it. Apparently, the Notice guys are supposed to be really good about like being really meticulous about adjusting movements themselves personally, like every single one. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, good pick.
That's my first pick. Man, now I kind of want one again.
You could. It's only $179.
Nah, I can't do that right now.
So let's do this. I'm going to try to turn my screen share on. Okay. So I've never done this in Riverside.
Huh?
Share screen. Do that one. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I am showing everyone, if you're not watching on YouTube, which you should be, we are looking at the Timex men's Q, or the Q Timex Q, whatever the fuck it is. Technically, it is the Timex Q, not Q Timex Q, men's Falcon Eye 40mm chronograph, specifically. This is a $190 watch on Amazon right now. It says temporarily out of stock. If you don't want the chronograph version, there is also the three-hander version. I'm just going back in my tab here for $175. I would easily recommend either one of these watches, either the Q Falcon Eye three-hander or the Q Falcon Eye chronograph. I really like this. You know, I think we're do you remember when Timex really started to try to figure out and get a grasp on what they could try to do to really differentiate themselves, not just with other quote unquote affordable watches, but as a watch brand with like the amount of history it has? Because I remember, I feel like you and I feel like a lot of it started with the Marlin. Remember the Marlin?
Yeah, Timex, our new darling, was the name of the episode when we first started talking about this.
That's right.
And I wrote about this watch in 2024. This thing blew my mind when it came out, so I got it up on the website. It's sweet.
It's beautiful. It's one of these watches where if I had to choose something for someone to wear every day for the rest of their life, it's Timex. I know Timex. You can trust the watch. I understand it is a brand also with history. It is a brand that takes its designs very methodically, and it doesn't just design things because it'll look cool or they had enough. They got a discount because they bought enough of these watch hands in the catalog, or maybe they do. But I mean, the thing is, it all comes together really well in an executed design vision. The other thing I really like about this Q Falcon Eye three-hander and the Q Falcon Eye Quartz is it is a proper multi-situational watch. It is a watch you can totally wear in the office. You could wear it for quote unquote nice events. You can go and wear it when hanging out with friends. I wouldn't do like Muay Thai in this watch. You probably shouldn't wear a watch if you're like trying to like shin kick someone in the skull or whatever. But, you know, so yeah, I wouldn't go to the gym in this watch or anything like that. But like, I think for most other situations, this is a fine. I'm just going to wear this watch every day for the rest of my life. It's quartz. It has enough personality. I'm going to go switch back on my tab here and go to the chronograph version. I actually do like quartz chronographs. I'm a huge quartz chronograph proponent. If you wanted to use this thing to fucking time how fast you could run down the stairs from work before anyone noticed you, you can do that on this watch easily. You know what I mean? So there's something really nice about having that that fast function of just being able to boom time something, as opposed to I had to pull up a timer on my phone the other day, and I had to swipe up, and I had to unlock, and then I had to find the right thing, and it wasn't the right thing. It wasn't in like I had to go to the clock app because it was like a sub thing in the clock app, and at that point I'm just like, if this was a war, I'd be dead.
It's the worst when you're cooking, man, and your like fingers are wet and you're trying to use the phone.
Well, because every time I cook, it's an emergency. I'm so envious of these people who like lovingly prepare ingredients and like chiffon chop basil and like, you know, and like when I cook, I might as well be cooking with like bombs being like dropped in my backyard. And you know what I mean? It's just it's a harrowing moment of absolute emergency.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it tonight. I know that's for sure.
Fucking hate it, dude. Hate it. But I would absolutely recommend anyone, because I know sometimes people will be like, oh, I don't like the Weekender, it's super boring. Or, you know, oh, I don't like the Expedition, it's too kind of like fieldy for me. This is a proper, you could wear this every day watch.
You know what?
And it has enough personality.
That thing, speaking to the personality, it looks for lack of a better word, kind of baller. It looks like a fancy, like a nice, fancy looking watch. I think you'd get a ton of compliments on something like that.
Oh my God, yeah. More folks would compliment this than your fucking Submariner.
Tutor, yeah.
your tutor.
Yeah. What's the size on this? Oh, 38 for the time only one.
This one's, the time only is 38 and the chronograph is 40. Both of those are fantastically wearable.
I forgot about these.
That was the other thing. If this was like a 44 millimeter watch, like, no, not really, but these are excellent. Timex crushes it. So I also think sometimes people are like, oh, I want to get something that's not a Timex because anyone can get a Timex. Yeah, just because anyone can get it doesn't make it shitty. Like, yeah, everyone drinks water. It doesn't make water shitty. Like, water is very good. You know what I mean?
I've met people that don't drink water. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's funny. My mom, growing up, was. Did you ever watch Nickelodeon? Did you remember Kenan and Kel?
Oh yeah.
Remember Kel with orange soda? Who loves orange soda? My mom was absolutely fucking obsessed with Diet Sunkist. We had a section of our garage specifically cordoned off to house a surplus of Diet Sunkist bottles, so we never ran out. And she would go through them like no one's fucking business. And I'll never forget when I came back home for college, and my brother was there too. And my brother and my dad and I were talking, and my brother was talking about health or something like that. And my dad was like, "Oh, you just gotta make sure you drink enough water and hydrate and blah blah blah." And then out of nowhere, I think my brother was just like, "Well, what about mom? Mom just drinks orange soda. She just drinks Diet Sunkist." My dad goes, "Well," no. And he kind of paused. He goes, "Huh. I haven't seen your mom drink water in 15 years." So yes, I stand corrected. There are some people out there who don't drink water.
Oh boy. An orange soda prepper. That's your. That's pretty cool,
dude. How the fuck she's alive, man. All right, so I'm gonna turn my screen share off. Michael, coach me through this. There's a stop. I don't want stop. I want stop sharing at the top, right?
At the top. Yep.
That's tricky,
right? Because the red stop one is tricky. Very, very tempting. That's a tempting button. Anyways,
fuckers, dude. So go and check out the Timex Q Falcon Eye, either 3-hand quartz or the chronograph. Both are fantastic fucking watches. And I'm fairly certain you can get the chronograph for under 200K or 200K. I fucking hope you could under 200 $200.
My next one is such a good compliment to that, and I was very surprised when I saw this.
Whoa.
Are you seeing this?
Oh, shit. Is this part of the edifice line, the Casio edifice line?
Yeah. So, like you said, there was
$50.
There was a moment in Timex's recent history where they figured out, like, oh, we could kill it with models like the Falcon that you just showed. Mm-hmm. And I think recently Casio has been stepping it up in the same way. And I saw these. This is part of the Edifice collection. I think Edifice, introducing the Edifice Motorsports Chronograph, blah, blah, blah. It's this reference, EFP 730D-2AV. You can get it in what looks to be a blue dial, silverish dial.
Yeah, silver panda-ish dial.
Yeah. And just plain black. It looks like an El Primero.
I was going to say, it's actually really cool.
You can be just like this guy here with this watch. Look at him.
I was hoping you were going to say something.
Look at him.
He's got his shit together.
He does.
He's got his shit all figured out. I want my shit figured out.
You can be just like him for $150.
Where is this photo shoot taking place? Like a bar garage? There's a full bar behind him.
There's a full bar and a vehicle inside.
That's not his vehicle. I don't think that's his car, Michael. Do you think that's his car?
I mean, it'd be really cool if it was. So this thing, what is this? Oh yeah. So 47 lug to lug, 40 millimeters wide, 11 in thickness. Very
Wow,
cool.
I love that.
Very cool. 100-meter water resistance. That's kind of surprising. I dig that.
I wouldn't test that. I don't know.
I'd be interested in testing it in the
It's the
pool.
buttons,
I don't know.
man. I'd want to know what the buttons, if the buttons had at least like some kind of protection or something.
Dude, but I saw this just a couple days ago, and I'm like, what is this? This is so
This is
cool.
lovely. Yeah.
And I just figured it'd be perfect to bring up. This is, I think, a compliment to the Timex that you were talking about. This is, I think, not as flashy or fancy. This is strictly sportier. But if you're the kind of person that wants that kind of automotive chronograph look all day, every day, this is perfect.
Dude,
I'd buy this.
150, but I would buy this all fucking day.
This is a bad episode for our finances, because as bad as things have gotten with the well, not yet for the Timex Weekender Index, if we're gonna follow
we should really try to figure out some kind of like Waffle House Hurricane Index, like a Timex index.
What is the equivalent for the watch world? Yeah, but this, I mean, not bad.
It's a sapphire crystal. If you said that, I missed that. Did you see that?
With a sapphire crystal. Yep.
God dang.
So Casio's stepping it up, I think, the same way that Timex.
Didn't they come out with some mechanicals? We covered some mechanicals that they came out with. Didn't they recently do that?
They did. They came out with mechanicals. It's a little pricier than that's the EFK-100D, and they have NH35s in them for about $350.
Okay, a little outside, very much outside the price of what we're talking about, the context of the episode. But wait, what's the NH35?
The NH35, that's just
30. Oh, sorry, I had a brain. I've been listening, so I've been forced, not forced. How can I say it delicately? I'm a little brain fried. Michael, are you familiar with Bluey? Do you know what Bluey is? The children's show.
I watch a lot of Bluey.
I love the show. I love the show. I love it. We don't let our son watch too much because we try to not have him be in front of the screen a lot. But like every now and then we'll put on like 1 or 2 episodes, and they're only like 7 minutes or so. But he has free reign of Bluey music. I have heard that fucking theme song. So it's in my head right now. It's in my head right, and so like I have it in my head, and I saw NH35, and my brain goes, I've never seen those 4 letters together before. So yeah, disregard.
I haven't figured out if I might be more of a Peppa Pig man myself.
Never seen Peppa Pig. Is it good?
Pretty good. Pretty solid.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
I'll give it a shot. We went to Legoland recently, and Legoland here in Florida, there is a Peppa Pig park next to it. We didn't go because we've never seen Peppa Pig, and my kid doesn't know what the fuck Peppa Pig is, so we just didn't go. But if it's cool, it's cool. But yeah, no, this is so these automatics. Yeah, disregard these. But those chronographs, that's an excellent fucking call out, dude.
Yeah. I was
very happy. El Primeros.
Very happy when I found those.
Good choice. Good choice. All right. Is it my turn? Yeah, let's do this. So now this is an interesting one. This is what I was talking before. This is a compounded one. This is like a collection / technically a brand. But I just wanted to do it to ensure folk that you would be okay wearing a watch from this brand. Let me turn on the screen thing. This is probably not going to work, but let's see what happens. Tell me if this blows everything up.
It's there. Yep.
Okay, sweet. This is a complicated one. Okay. I am a huge Orient fan. I love Orient. I love the base model Orients. I love Orient Star. I loved Royal Orients when those are still around. Those are fucking gone now. So I'm a huge Orient fan. I'm a particular fan of the baseline of Orient watches just because of the incredible value they actually do represent. Now people throw that word around a lot, and they usually don't know what the fuck it means. They'll be like, "Oh, it's a great value. It doesn't look like it's in the middle of being fucking on fire." You know, the idea of value with the watches just goes really far beyond what it looks like. It goes into the movement, it goes into the history of the brand. I guess the brand goes into the craftsmanship, it goes into the quality control of the watch as well. And for a long time, you were one of the millions of folks who were blessed to have a Gen 1 Orient Mako in their life. Like that Gen 1 Orient Mako was quintessential affordable quote unquote dive watch for a long time. And then I think in like 2018 or 19, I can't quite remember, the Orient Mako 2s came out along with the Orient Mako or Orient Ray 2s. And the Orient Mako 2 represented a huge improvement on the original generation Makos, you know, in terms of upgraded movements. The movement itself, you know, now hand winds, it now hacks. The quality control across the whole watch was a lot better. And so this is an interesting story. I'm zooming in here. Can you see me? Hold on. Mm-hmm. Does this not want to zoom in? There we go. There's 3 versions of the Mako. There's the black dial, the blue dial, and the red and blue dial. I looked last week and these were all under $200. Now, only one of them is under $200.
The Pepsi.
The Pepsi. The two-tone bezel, the fucking the red and the blue one. Which is probably the best one in my opinion. If you're gonna get this watch, get this one or the all blue one. But I would absolutely recommend Orient Mako 2s to someone that wanted a bit more of a sporty take on an everyday one watch collection where, hey, I just want to wear a watch. Maybe I'm not so much into the idea of it looking like a flashy dress watch, or I don't want it to be anything that can't, like, you know, maybe I have to lift a bunch of stuff as part of my work, or maybe I like wearing my watch when I go for my fucking morning runs. I'm describing someone else's health goals, not mine. Don't worry, I don't do anything. I would absolutely recommend the Orient Mako 2. The complicated part here is actually, I guess, finding it for under $200. If you act now, you could get it for 2 cents under $200, $199.98. You know what I mean? Now you do have another option here as well. If you liked the idea of the Mako 2, but you wanted something that wasn't necessarily okay. Here you go. Look at this. What the fuck is this listing? Who's making these listings now? This is supposed to this. So visually, I know we're looking at a Ray 2. It does not say Ray 2 anywhere on here. But
Japanese
the Orient
dive watch, diver style watch,
diver, yeah, man, hand winding. The Orient Ray is more of a little bit more of a dressy take. Everything is exactly the same except the dial. The dial doesn't have bars or Arabic numerals on it. It's just kind of loom plots. Actually, not necessarily a dressier take. You could almost say this is more of like a classic Japanese dive watch take. You know, this has some sort of like 80s and early 90s Japanese dive watch vibes. So I would absolutely recommend, if you are trying to keep it under $200 and you want an automatic, that's the big thing. If you want an automatic dive watch and you are appalled at automatic dive watch Seiko prices now, absolutely go and check out either the Orient Mako 2 or the Orient Ray 2.
And they're on the 3s though for each of those, right?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I should go and look at those. Yeah, there's so many upgrades. Let me go to the Mako. The Ray doesn't get too much love. The Mako gets a ton of love. Kamasu, the Kamasu and the Mako 3 are not the same. Amazon listing person, shame on you, bro. All right. The Kamasu is a totally different fucking watch. Also very cool, not under $200. Neither are these Mako 3s. These are technically, I believe, the Mako 3s. These are closer to $250. It looks like in average average price. So now what's very cool, we should look at the price of these. There are Orient Mako 40 millimeters, smaller ones that they have. Those are a little over 200. Yeah, these are newer, stainless steel bezel, also very cool if you want something on a bit on the smaller wrist presence, but again, not as affordable as the Orient Mako 2 or the Orient Ray 2. So I would hardcore recommend. I haven't reviewed the Mako 3. We do have a Kamasu review on the website that Just Watches Jason Tricoli reviewed that watch. He liked it a lot. I trust his opinion. So if you wanted to spend a little bit, if you for some reason wanted to go over $200, which I don't know why you would, you could get a Kamasu. They're very cool. But if you need to keep it under $200, I would hardcore wait for a good deal on Amazon on a Mako 2. I reviewed that watch. I do still think about that watch every now and then. That was actually a very fun watch to photograph. I got really nice photos of that watch during the review process.
Yeah, they look great. They look great.
So that's my pick. That's my pick / okay, hold on. Where's the stop sharing button? Oh, there it is. That's my pick / brand endorse / assurement endorsement. I'm turning into Sean Connery. Did I tell you? Did I tell you I've been rewatching all the Bond films? Started doing that. The last time I did it was a few years ago, and I'm doing it now again, and it really is fun. I just finished Roger Moore's The Spy Who Loved Me.
Is that fun. When everyone's asleep, you just kind of turn it on?
No. Oh, what, me? You mean like when everyone in my house is asleep? Yeah, it's what I do. It's what I do when my son's asleep, and then when my wife is either chilling and like hanging out on reading on her phone or crocheting. That's when I'm like, no one's gonna bother me. I can put my headphones in. And I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Nice.
I have 1 hour, 45 minutes to do whatever the fuck I want. I want to watch some Bond movies.
Sweet.
So yeah, hardcore recommendation, endorsement for the Orient Mako 2 and the Ray 2. Cannot endorse the Mako 3. I don't know if it's good, or the 40 millimeter, but I feel pretty good about the Mako 2.
I'm glad to see that the 2, at least one of them, is still under 200, because that was
Amazon pricing is always changing, man. It's possible it's going to go back under $200.
I wonder if I can. Let's find the original order I placed for
your Gen 1.
I wonder if I can find it.
I'm sure if you're anything like me, you've never deleted an email.
Orient.
Are you bad at deleting emails? Or are you looking at your Amazon history?
I'm looking at my Amazon. I just found the purchase from January 2014 for my Orient Mako.
How much was it?
View order details. I paid $142.50.
Wow. That's a lot, but wow, that was
you
still have that watch.
Yeah,
that's your wedding watch.
My first Pokemon. I picked the Mako, the blue Mako instead of Pokemon. The SKX.
I picked the SNK 807 or 805, whatever the green one was. That was my starter Pokemon.
Yeah.
I love talking with the watch collectors, and they're like, yeah, I got into this watch thing, and I just, they'll tell me like they spent 5 digits on like their first watch. Like, oh yeah, and I just ended up just buying, this is my first watch. It's like, God,
cool.
Cool. I could have just bought a Seiko and then help me knock out my mortgage, man. Like, fuck, dude, but whatever. That's cool or something, dude. But
enjoy it.
That's fine. enjoy it. Yeah, enjoy it. Don't let my bullshit get on your shit, bro. But yeah, 100%. I would recommend Orient all day. You could, if you wanted a proper dress watch, a proper automatic dress watch, you can still find some Orient Bambinos for under $200. Not a lot of them, unfortunately. So specifically, I think if you look at the Gen 3s, Bambino Gen 4.
Yeah, that was one for me that I was going to look into, but yeah, those are not all under 200 these days.
No, you can find some Gen 2s under 200. You could find some Gen 4s under 200, just barely. So for folks who aren't familiar with the Bambino line, Orient Bambino is their kind of idealized version of an affordable mechanical dress watch. Each generation is a radically different dial take. Some of them are more classic dress watch. Some of them are a little bit more sort of like modern dress watch. Some of them are there's a small hands, like a sub-second version of a Bambino as well. So it's actually a really fascinating line to just kind of have fun to explore with. But Michael, to your point, even these fucking days, not all of them under $200.
Yeah.
So, but that's my go. My second pick is just Orient. So if you have to find one on Amazon after some hunting and you like it, go for it. It is better than buying one of these other fucking dog shit Amazon brands. Bobo Bird. Bobo Bird is literally a brand on here.
Sounds like a friend that Bluey might have, actually.
There's Bobo Bird. There's Be Well. Be Well watches is on here as well. Like fucking, yeah, man. But that's my second pick.
I'll show you my last one. I wanted to. We're gonna go back to Timex real quick, but
Ooh.
So this is the Expedition.
Oh, cool.
Expedition Field Solar, specifically in 36 millimeters, and as you can see, it's a squeaker right there at $199.
It counts.
Now, yeah, I wanted to include something solar because I love the idea. I always bring it up. Just people that have worn an Eco Drive forever for their entire adult life, and they've never thought about watches ever again. It sounds so nice and peaceful.
It sounds so peaceful. Yeah.
But Timex started doing these expedition watches. I think the big daddy compared to this would be the Expedition North. I think they came out with a modern looking field watch that is I think titanium even. And
right.
It's pretty big though. They might have a smaller one now, but I recently been really into these. Like I put something up on the website the other day on a new Hamilton khaki field, and it's a super fancy boutique only edition that you can only get in Switzerland. Yep. Very fancy, but just been really drawn to that specification, the Mill W whatever 381 8B. That spec that all these field watches had to follow. So like Hamilton, Benris are the big ones. And those watches were, I think, originally between 33 and 35 millimeters. So at 36 millimeters, you're not too far off if you're really into the vintage look. So while the two other watches that I picked were like pretty contemporary, big, bold, sporty, this is more of a minimalist classic take on a field watch / sports watch. It comes on this kind of branded Timex leather, but I'm sure you can put it on something fancier or a NATO if you want, more casual everyday wear. I don't know if you can really dress it up. Maybe you can if you're super cool. I'm not.
I mean, if you're James Bond, you could put a rusty old Submariner on an 18 millimeter strap and wear a fucking suit with it.
Yeah, that's true. But check it out. Yeah, 100-meter water resistance again.
Wow.
Solar powered movement, quick release straps. This thing, I knew that they made these with the textured dials, but I guess I missed when they came out with the 36 millimeter version. It's just
this thing was lovely in 36. That's amazing.
It looks really cool. I'm not a fan of the strap. I don't know about these orange accents with the brown leather. That looks like really thick leather too, so it probably
does look pretty thick. Honestly, this thing would kill it on a NATO. I would NATO this thing up all day.
Yeah. And you never have to do anything with it. With a solar movement, it's probably... Now, have you heard of people... I'd have to look into folks that have solar movements that crap out and need to go in for service or something, and I wonder if at that point it just costs more than the watch. That's a mystery to me when it comes to stuff like EcoDrive. Because if you turn around the watch that you got me, it's like, do not open, citizen service only. Warning.
Does it really say that?
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
So, this isn't something that a watchmaker down the street can probably look at if something does happen, but it's a quartz solar movement,
It's, I guess, depending on what the service situation looks like, depending on the watch, it could be cheaper to just buy a new watch, or might be cheaper to just replace the whole movement.
Yeah.
Depending on the watch.
You gotta really love the watch to do that, though.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like it's out of stock, so it's pretty popular.
It's very cool.
But again, under 200, I thought this would be a fun pick. I'm sure and especially with the EcoDrive stuff being over 200 these days, like the diver that we saw, I thought this Timex would be a cool option.
For my last pick. I have some picks for you?
Let's do it.
Spoiler alert, I'm going to show us 3 EcoDrives for under $200.
Our savior.
Across the spectrum of styles. Now, I did cheat a little bit. He said effacingly, I did cheat a little bit. These are all on Amazon. If you really are on a budget, I know some people are trying to be very conscious where they spend their buck, which I totally, totally support. They're trying to buy directly from the brand, or they're trying to not buy through Amazon or another huge company because they just don't want to support huge companies. Totally get it. Folks are totally free to do whatever they want with their money. But you cannot deny that you do sometimes find really great deals on Amazon.
Absolutely.
So it is unfortunately unavoidable in certain situations. So you really just have to weigh. You just got to weigh the pros and cons of your ethical compass and your wallet, I guess, is really what it breaks down to. But let me turn my screen thing on. We are going to look at 3 different watches. And I've chosen 3 watches, all under $200. They are all Citizen EcoDrives, and I'll talk about that in a moment. They are all under $300 at $200, and they are across style spectrums. Now, the first one here is the Citizen EcoDrive. As I punch my microphone, sorry. EcoDrive Weekender, not to be confused with another popular Weekender watch that we've talked about on the show. Now, the Citizen Weekender line seems to just be an entry-level EcoDrive line that Citizen has. If you're not familiar with what EcoDrive is Citizen Watch's proprietary sort of take on the solar movement. It's basically this idea that, I think a lot of it's just based on how the solar power is accumulated, how it's used, the fucking accuracy, and how with the battery life and everything like that, or the solar charge life and everything like that. But basically, it's if you see EcoDrive on a watch, because they don't always say solar with these, it's a solar powered watch, and a solar powered watch. I think, Michael, to your point, and what was the impetus for you choosing that Timex, is probably the best representation of, I just want to wear a watch, and I just don't have to fuss with it. I don't want to have to worry about it. I don't have to wind it. I don't have to take it to a fucking watchmaker so we can spray gun oil or WD-40 in it or whatever the fuck it is. I just want to watch to wear. I say gun oil. Those are I think Baird, so Griffin Watches on Instagram, I think he's talked to me about this too, and I've heard other people say this. When they'll open old Soviet watches, old Soviet watches, from the 60s and 80s and shit like that. I think a lot of times when they just serviced those watches back in the day, they would just use it for oil they had, so they just smell like old gun oil. I've heard people make that comment multiple times about old Soviet watches. It's oil. If it's good enough for a gun, it's good enough for my Vostok, So, if you just want something you don't have to fuss with or any of that crap, EcoDrive really is an excellent option. Now, this one looking at here, I like this a lot because we don't often see watches that embody, I don't really know how to qualify this, Michael, and you're much better with words than I am, so I think you can help me, embody the energy of an Hublot Big Bang for under $200.
How big is it?
43 millimeters.
Oh.
Because sometimes someone might want a watch that has a little bit more of an avant-garde take on a watch design. Maybe they don't want just like a dive watch or a dress watch. They want something that's a little unique in terms of its case shape, its presentation. Maybe you want something that like Nick Fury from Marvel would wear or whatever. Like, you know, but I don't want to spend Hublot Big Bang money. I don't want to spend $10,000 or whatever the fuck. I would absolutely recommend this because you don't get many watches under $200 that embody that idea without being, wait for it, fucking tacky. You could find something tacky as fuck. And I'm sure you could find an OHEV or whatever or Olevs or whatever it was on Amazon or a Boba Bird. But like, I'm just obsessed with Boba Bird right now, dude. I'm gonna be a Boba Bird collector. I think this is a fine watch. It's Eco Drive. It captures that same design ethos, 43 millimeters, so it's going to have presence as well. Apparently, it's also 100 meters water resistance. This is a small but really silly thing. It has this crown detail where you get a little bit of the color in the crown. It's just like I said, like I think this would serve someone really well who didn't want to break the bank. And I think the other next contender for something like this would be some Bulova watch models have this kind of energy, but they're a little more expensive, $300-400 in certain instances. So I would absolutely recommend this all day to someone, because this is an Eco Drive Weekender. I'm sure it has another fucking name. There's probably a reference on here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go and just watch the video, and then you'll see like, oh, okay, yeah, that one. Actually, I could probably spend 3 seconds of my dwindling life and find the reference. There it is. AW115-Z. Fucking, hold on, I fucked that up. AW110-07E. So go and check that out. Oh, never mind. I take it back. 44.5 millimeters. I thought it was 43 millimeters. 44.5 millimeters. It's a big boy. It's a big watch. It's a big watch. All right. So second choice, boom. What if you want an Eco Drive that's a little bit more field watch inclined? Well, let me introduce you to the Citizen Eco Drive Garrison Collection. The Garrison Collection is a collection of watches from Citizen that features these sort of like interpretations of field watches. Like, these aren't going to be like mil-spec dials or whatever, but they're going to be kind of fieldy in nature. This one in particular that I chose just because I wanted to go something that was really in sort of that utility direction is it's I don't know if it's PVD coded, but it's not. It's a black watch. That's all I got. Okay, no, it says black ion plated plated stainless steel. Is that different than PVD? The watch expert asked. Depressingly,
I still don't. I don't know the difference between DLC, PVD, IP, and at this point, I'm too scared to ask.
You know what's really funny? I think Steve from Raven Watches tried explaining it to us, and he got 15 seconds into it, and then I just drifted away. Like, my body was still there, but I was just gone.
Yeah,
like I just floated into the sky. Because maybe we should ask Gemini after the call.
Yeah, we could do that.
We're gonna ask Gemini. But I think this is an excellent option for someone that wants Eco Drive, but they don't want whatever the fuck that watch was I was looking at before. They don't want a dress watch, which we're looking at now. Now, the Garrison Collection will have watches that are above $200, but there are also watches that are under $200. So I would 100% recommend this watch. I love the knurling on the crown. It kind of emphasizes that sort of utility vibe. Has these cool crown guards as well. I love the dial. I love just really everything about this watch. So, and then, again, this is absolutely something you could wear just as your just everyday watch, man. You know. So, and you could have a lot of fun with straps on this watch as well.
37 millimeters. That's not bad.
Yes, thank you for calling that out. It is not giant. It is 37 millimeters. There are some pieces in the Garrison Collection that are like 40 and 41 millimeters. But there are some that are kind of like this as well. So, boom. All right. Last is an Eco Drive. What if you just wanted a dress watch? What if you just wanted just a nice, cool dress watch? I particularly like this one because it reminds me of a Orient Bambino, the Gen 2 Orient Bambino that is now over $200 for some stupid reason. It is a mixture of bar markers, and you have 2 Roman numerals at 12 and 6. It appears to be, rose gold on silver, copper on silver. What would you call that?
Yeah, it's got kind of a copper tone. Yeah,
it's a copper tone silver, stainless steel case. Very, very cool. Black leather watch strap. It's supposed to look like alligator. It is not alligator. It is cow that has been stamped to look like alligator, as if we couldn't torture the fucking cows enough. Which is fine. It's dead. Doesn't really care. I guess at that
it's
point.
a friggin' watch. That's the best part.
We should start a watch brand called "It's Just a Friggin' Watch." Well, I guess that's maybe what the Amazon Essential Watch is. The Amazon Essential Watch description better just say, "It's a friggin' watch. It's $15."
I'm so curious about it. That's
and
so
it's not full of depleted uranium. Just buy it. God.
Oh man.
But I like this one. I thought this was fun. I thought this was a different take on a dress watch that didn't just feel like a regular kind of plain old dress watch. Again, you get this eco drive thing. If you wanted one watch, here's the other facet of the one watch collection. Maybe that's not that's like a non-watch nerd version. What if you never wear a watch except for nice events?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean? You could buy this watch, keep it in your drawer, keep it wrapped up in a sock in your kitchen junk drawer. I don't care. I don't give a fuck where you keep it. You keep this watch somewhere, and then if you have to go to I don't know, Applebee's or wherever's nice now, I have no idea. And you want to put on something nice, you could bust this watch out, and it'll be totally fine. You don't have to wind it. You don't have to worry about anything. You just and boom, you put it on, you're good to go. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great Applebee's watch. Now that you put it that way, that's a good one.
I don't think I've seen an Applebee's in a long time. Are they still Applebeeing? Or are they Apple gone at this point?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I haven't seen one. I haven't been paying attention. Do you know what I've been seeing a fuck ton of lately?
What,
bro? Arby's. You ever seen the Arby's by you?
Oh yeah, Arby's. I don't know if they're out here.
What do you have out there? In-N-Out Burger? Is that a thing? Or is that more of a California thing?
I don't think there's an In-N-Out here. But I know there's an Applebee's by me. That's for sure.
You should go. You should go and call me from the toilet afterwards and tell me how great it was.
I might. Maybe I'll do that tonight. By myself.
By yourself? Can you imagine going to Applebee's by yourself? I mean, I shouldn't say. I'm sure people have done it. I don't know what happens to people's lives, but I would absolutely recommend. I would not recommend Applebee's. I would recommend this this particular Eco Drive just dress watch. There's got to be a fucking reference on here, dude. Hold on. There's got to be a reference.
It's gonna read like an encryption key. There you go.
Yeah, no, they're all fucking nuts. Every time I try to remember the reference for your ProMaster, I know it's like BN0, and then I just don't know what happens after that. Right? It's like BN something. Yeah. B05. I don't know. The reference on this particular model is the AW1236-03A. And again, it's AW1236-03A. And if you say that 3 times fast, you solved Enigma. You are a code breaker. Hurrah. Hurrah. What was I going to say? So yeah, let me turn my screen thing off. So I'm a huge EcoDrive fanboy, and I would 100% recommend if someone really is looking for a watch you don't want to fuss with, and you want some kind of functionality that breaches a whole bunch of different style options, totally look at EcoDrive. There's a ton more than what I just pulled out 3 that I thought was interesting for under $200.
I'm glad there are still some out there because, yeah, this was a good episode where we just did not talk about what we were picking, but the choices just really complemented each other. That's awesome. I dig it.
We should do a podcast.
We should. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. My people call your people. But no, man, I of all the watches that we talked about, I think I would the 2 watches I would totally buy. I would totally buy one of those Q Falcons that I talked about. I would totally buy that Casio Edifice chronograph that you have. I would buy those hands down. What about you?
Yeah, for me, it would be the Falcon for sure. I was lucky enough to have that Rdunae for a bit. I'm I'm very curious about the 36 millimeter Timex, and I
looks
know
really cool.
The expedition line is so vast where even if you didn't want something solar, I'm sure there's just a plain quartz version. They even have a mechanical version as well. So very curious about those. Yeah.
The only thing is you'd probably have to swap that strap out. It looks a little too thick. Sometimes I'm not like into watch straps when they're just like really thick, especially on a 36 millimeter watch. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But maybe it's not bad. I don't know.
You know? Great choices.
Yeah, this is a ton of fun. At this point, let us know your thoughts on the picks that Michael and I had across the board. Let us know your thoughts on this sort of diminishing segment of watches that are under $200. More importantly, though, if you have gone if you've gone through the orological journey of becoming a one watch collector, and if you, as I punch my microphone, and if you did the one watch collection thing, if you sold everything and just had one watch, if you've done that, please let us know if you A, stuck with it, or B, did not stick with it. I'd be very interested to hear.
Yeah, I also want to hear from people that sold everything and just bought an Eco Drive rather than selling everything and being like Submariner. Yeah, okay, we get it.
Yeah, that's a good point. 100%. Yeah, I'm going to sell everything and I'm going to buy a Grand Seiko Snowflake because I know the Snowflake is an exit watch for a lot. I mean, it was for me for a long time. I still think it is a beautiful watch. It's just fucking expensive now. It's like $6,500 or something. The new one
is good. I was worried we were just going to be on AliExpress the whole episode. So I'm glad we had some solid picks.
Yeah, man. I almost just went. I do give us props. None of us chose an Invicta. Not that there's anything wrong with Invicta.
It's tempting.
I had an Invicta Pro Diver for a long time, and that to this day is probably one of the best under $100 40 millimeters sub style like homage watches I have ever worn. Like hands down.
And you can mod them. There's so many cool mods too.
Apparently, it's like a huge thing. I mean, and like, why not? You can get one of the mechanical ones for like $60 or $70, I think, on a good day, and you get an NH35. You get a perfectly fine case, and then you can mod it and have fun. Like, why not? You know.
Right on.
So, let us know your thoughts on the show, on our picks. Go and visit twobrokeWatchSnobs.com. Check out everything that Michael's put together. Michael has been leading the charge with getting our kind of press wing up and running. We are working on a process now to just start doing more reviews and everything like that. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And definitely let us know your thoughts on the show. As always, you can try emailing us if you want. We're trying to get better at it. It's tbws.contact@gmail.com. The email again is tbws.contact@gmail.com. You know what's really funny about our email? We have actual like Google business emails now, but we still use the @Gmail for the TBWS one.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I know that always makes me laugh. Or you can hit us up on Instagram. We're not posting on Instagram as much as we used to, but we are checking Instagram out, and we're gonna try to post whenever we can, especially as we start to do more reviews. Also, more importantly, if there is a watch out there you would like us to review, let us know. Always kind of curious to see what folks want us to take a look at. So, yeah. But with that, Michael, is it that time? Is it that sad time?
It's that time. Before we go, remember, use our affiliate link to buy a Bobo bird and.
I thought you were going to say use our affiliate to buy a boat. I'm like, yeah, if one of you could just buy your one boat.
You won't hear from us for a bit.
This is a couple of months. You won't hear from us for a couple. Just one boat. I don't want all of you to buy a fucking boat. That'd be insane. Just if one of you just buys a boat or like a Volkswagen through Amazon,
or 400 Bobo birds. Bobo bird watch. Jeez.
It's real. It's a thing, man. I love it. But no, we should definitely review that Amazon Essentials watch.
Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, that's it. I think we can let everybody go.
You start. I'll tuck them in.
All right, guys. My name is Mike.
And this is Kaz. You have been listening to Two Broke Watch Snobs. Later.